Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Danotage on the YouTubes. How's everybody doing tonight? This is a very special video as we have a game that not many people have seen just yet, as it is brand new, and I'm doing this in a form and fashion that I haven't done in a very long time. This is going out to the radio, this is going out to the internet, this is going out to many different places that I hope you all get to join us on this journey into the Switch Galaxy Ultra. I'm a broadcaster over on Twitch, but we're gonna do something here on YouTube that I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna try out this little series of things that we can do. I'm managing to mesh both the Danotage podcast with the Danotage live stream, as it allows me to do a few things that I don't actually get to do on Twitch, whereas I can just ramble about things and let my mind go free. As you'll see, this game is a free-flowing game. It kind of rolls you along a track, and you get to do all kinds of cool stuff. As far as I know, as far as what I've seen, but I've never played this game. So I'm really hoping that it brings us some joy and visual amazingness while we get to talk about it, and also do part of the podcast, the solo version of the podcast. As you guys know, I usually have a guest. His name's Terry. He'll be making fun of me in future episodes, and we might be able to do some of these at some point, some more a little bit later, but it allows me to get some gaming going while not doing it in front of a live audience, and I get to kind of focus on a few different things. Yeah, so what do I know about this game? The fact that the music is already pretty warming, and I'd like to say it goes okay with my voice. I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Do you want to strangle me, or do you want me to speak louder, or do you want me to lull you to sleep? I take that as a compliment with my low voice, so if it does put you to sleep and the soothing music makes you just want to doze off into the ether, I think that's okay, right? Anyway, I'm going to get started in this, and we're going to talk about a few different things tonight. I hope you guys have fun with it, and I hope we get to have a blast into the Galaxy Ultra. Let's do this. Looks like there's an auto-saving feature, sure. And I don't know what planet that is, but it looks pretty cool. It looks like we're out on a track here, and it looks like a racetrack, to be honest. Looks like something you might find in like the Fifth Element or something. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go to I guess continue. Let's continue. I never started anything, but I guess we can continue. Let's go with this first one, Bakara. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, if you guys have never heard a podcast before, I usually put them on iTunes. It's really nothing like this, but I just kind of want to select it. Can I select it? I just want to go. Can I go? Can I go? I just want to go. Can I go to this one? How about this one? Yeah, I can go to this one. Daviox. Let's do this one. That looks like maybe it's the home station or something. So yeah, I've got credits, and I've got there's planets in this galaxy here, and it looks like there's a lot of cool things to do. But as I was saying, if you've never heard a podcast of mine, we usually have a guest on, and we usually have a co-host on. We just interview, and I practice some of my interviewing skills, and we get to know the person a lot better. But what doesn't really happen too often anymore, as being a full-time broadcaster, I don't get to go to the amazing conventions that I usually get to go to, which is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, streaming is far not more rewarding, but a lot more personal, and people actually get to know me a little bit more than just my guest. It doesn't mean that we're not going to do that anymore, not by any means. In fact, we've got lots of things coming up in the next year or two that we've already got planned, and I think it's going to be super fun. But for right now, this is I'm going to have to come up with original content, apparently. God, I gotta work? You telling me I gotta work? Like, this podcast was easy. I just brought on, like, some of these cool guests, like Peter Cullen and Ron Funches and stuff, and now I have to actually, like, come up with my own content, which, you know, it's not easy. It's probably why not everybody does it. But yeah, so lately I've been doing a lot of streaming, like a lot, like seriously 5 days a week, sometimes 6, for about 6 to 8 hours a day, and some people ask me how I do it, and it really comes down to, well, I don't sleep a lot, but at the same time, I sleep enough. I get everything that I need to get done on time, or sometimes things suffer, but that really has nothing to do with something in the way. It usually comes down to, well, I'm just not, going as hard as I possibly can. I don't know. I guess, well, I do know. I don't know is never anything that should be said ever, because unless you really don't have the information, you, most of the time, you pretty much know. Oh, there's a boost there. Interesting. You pretty much know. You know what's going on. But I do know. And, like, sometimes I get lazy. Sometimes I just feel like I don't want to do things. Sometimes I just want to relax, and I think doing this content right here is actually going to allow me to relax. I just get to ramble. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just being my introverted self, where I think I like that. I think I really do. So yeah. So if you've never heard it before, yeah, like I said, we sit down and we talk to people. We ask them questions. It's usually questions that I've either come up with years beforehand during papers or during academic things. Sometimes it's not academic. Sometimes it has to do with their career. Sometimes it has to do with their personal life, if I actually know their personal life a little bit. But it's usually nothing too deep into this point where I'm actually poking and prodding at their privacy. As an academic, I like to think about things that may provoke thought rather than things that might be interesting. So maybe that's a reason that I really need to start working on things. I don't know. I really don't know. That is true information. I really don't know. But we can spitball, and if you have any suggestions on what I should ask my next guest, no, not even knowing what my next guest is gonna be, but some people have general questions that really mean, oh, now it's getting a little interesting. Some people have general questions that you really just want to ask certain people of the entertainment industry, which is usually who we interview. But I've interviewed professors, I've interviewed other academics, I've interviewed scientists. Sometimes it's just a person, but I like to connect with them on a personal level. And most of the time I just want to know who they are and know what they do, because I mean we've all seen their work usually. Like if it's somebody I'm interviewing, I've usually seen their work. I say usually because sometimes we have people that I have never heard of before, but that doesn't mean that they're not famous. It usually means because I haven't really delved into their realm of entertainment. Things happen in my life, and I sometimes get stuck in certain what would you call it, voids of entertainment, to where I will watch one thing and that one thing only forever. In fact, I watch some videos on YouTube over and over and over again because they allow me to. They're something that's familiar to me. Yes, familiar. I don't know. I always say familiar. Something that's familiar to me, and I can relax my mind, because usually if I'm working, it's either something incredibly mind-numbing to the point where my head just hurts, or it's something incredibly boring and it just takes time. So I do my best to keep my mind occupied in a certain sense. Usually if it's something mind-numbing that just I can't quite fathom unless I'm doing nothing, I will turn it off. I will. But if I have the chance, I'll turn on a stream on Twitch, one of my friends on Twitch, and watch them, or I'll have I just hit a brick wall. I will have those videos that I was just talking about. It's usually something that's just silly and goofy, but it lasts for, you know, a full-on series, and it's like I can just keep my head wrapped around that for quite a while, and I don't have to really deal with too much. You know what I mean? I'm asking you. Can you answer me? Like, do you really know what I mean? I don't know. Do you? Do you really? I just want to know. I want to know who you are. No, seriously. I do want to know who you are, but I know that you won't answer me because you're not here. Don't make me sad. It's okay. It's alright. I'm gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be just a-okay. Ouch. Oh gosh. Things are happening. What? Are you talking to me?
But I wanted to test the strength of this trans steel.
What? There's all of a sudden people? I'm so confused right now. Who are those people? It's like I'm running into a city with all kinds of things. So that's basically the whole podcast is we interview. We do a lot of interviews, but sometimes we don't do interviews, and sometimes Terry and I will just get together and we will just talk about things. Talk about what happened during the week. We'll talk about what happened in pop culture. We talk about the games that we're playing. We talk about all kinds of things. Right now, the game that I'm playing is Switch. It's pretty great. It's a little bit challenging so far. It's like exponentially getting harder and harder, but I don't know, I'm not supposed to hit those things and I'm hitting them. I'm just being an idiot. But yeah, we get to chat with each other and catch up because he's one of my best friends, and I really don't get to talk to him other than the podcast, and you know, that it gives us a reason to get together. Like, it gives us a reason to actually plan something, because me being somebody who doesn't...
Will be, if you want to go through any more training.
Oh, so I'm the guy with the voice, and there's like a robot alien lady talking to me via, like, yelling at me because I'm screwing up. I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. I'm trying to talk to people at the same time. Well, I shouldn't be. I should be focused on the game, right? No, we're not gonna do that. So yeah, we get to hang out and talk to each other and talk about like all kinds of things, but we get to do it for people. So it's like, you know, let's make something of it. Is that bad? Does that make me a bad human being? I don't know. Does it? Like, I guess that's a real question. Like, put it in the comments or something. Like, does that make me a bad human being? Oh, there's turns now. If it does, I'd like to know. If it doesn't, I'd probably still like to know to like put me at ease. But yeah, so we get to do that.